Okay, hi YouTube. So this is end of week one for spring quarter of 2022. Um, let's just dive right into it. So it's first week, nothing too crazy in terms of like school and stuff. Everything is like roughly almost everything is like roughly in person. Um, so that's kind of nice to actually kind of get the actual college experience instead of the COVID experience. But yeah. Uh, let's see. I guess the main thing I'll talk about because there's a decent amount I want to talk about in terms of this topic. Um, so we just hosted our first barbecue. Highland HOG hosted our first barbecue um, on Saturday, and so it went surprisingly pretty well. Um, we've let what it it's tough trying to recall everything. Um, we put out an RSVP form, and we had roughly I could check right now, but I think it's close to like 60 responses, um, which is a lot. Uh, so what's it called? Hindsight bias. Not everyone showed up, so that's okay. That's good. Well, maybe not good, but like everyone was fed. That's good. Um, everyone was able to get fed, so that's good. Um, yeah, but leading up to that was really stressful because, at least for me, anyways, trying to account for potentially 60 people, food wise, is a lot. Is potentially a lot of money and um, what's it called? Not only a lot of money, but also making sure everything is executed well for this event is huge. Um, Not only because we potentially would have so many people for this event, it's also because it's our first event for this quarter. Um, so it's very key that we get to a really good start. Um, but yeah, so for the most part, uh, everything was kind of rushed last second. Not okay. How do I explain this? Um, we had some. I started some things early. I think right when around I think spring break. Um, I really started to get everything get going, but it wasn't until like I would say maybe like the middle. No, I think I'll say like Tuesday or Wednesday of this week that we actually started getting everything going. Um, because there's a whole process of trying to make sure of who can actually handle the food and stuff, and so um, we had to wait like a week before we actually got a response. So yeah, um, yeah. So we didn't really get everything too organized until like Thursday nights, I would say. Yeah, we didn't get everything organized till like Wednesday, Thursday, which is cutting it very close. Um, yeah, just cutting it very close. Um, and so Friday came. A lot of staff members went to go shopping at Costco, and so that went well. We got they got everything that we needed, and so we were able to store everything. Great. And then Saturday, we what's it called? Uh, Saturday came and we had to have everyone there. Well, we got as many people there to help prep as possible. Um, which is good. We were able to get there early. We were able to get to the location, set up. Um, yeah, make sure everything's all good, which is good. Um, a little bit chaotic at first because we weren't a hunt. We weren't 100. No, I tried to organize people, um, to where I think they would best fit, or at least trying to organize everything, so it wouldn't get too jumbled up. Uh, it didn't work out too well because I was just trying to wing it basically. But fortunately, like after like the first half, I would say the first batch, um, started to get a system going, so that's good. Um, yeah, and then we technically underscored how many. I don't know underscore. We undershot, I guess, how many people actually showed up. Um, yeah, I think we had roughly 40-ish people show up, which is pretty good. Even though we originally had like roughly 60-ish RSVP, it was just for a head count. It was just a really good estimate. Um, so yeah, by the end of the barbecue, we still had a decent amount of extra, so people were able to get seconds. So that's not bad. Um, so yeah, so that went pretty well. Um, very very fortunate. Um, that we still not only had a lot of people show up, but we also make sure that everyone's fed as per usual. So that's good. Um, yeah. What else? And then afterwards, we went to Cha 2O for a boba fundraiser. So that's pretty good. A little bit chaotic also because trying to get a bunch of people over there, either from like walking or from like multiple trips from the car was really whack, but we made it work. So that's all that matters. um, but yeah, so that went pretty well. Fortunately, thank God. Really stressed on that, but luckily it went well. Um, I guess that's really about it for that event. I'll just quickly talk about next week, I guess. So next week will be our general meeting, um, going over all the events happening this quarter. I think that should really be about it. Maybe a couple other stuff that happened last quarter. A couple maybe bit of recaps, but for the most part, I don't see a potential being too much. Although we are also gonna hype up something probably really big, so that should be good. Um, but besides that, I really think that's about it from me. Yeah, I think that's about it from me. So thank you so much for watching. I know I kind of jumbled all over the place, but for the most part, I think I gave most of my thoughts. So, yeah, thank you so much for watching. See you all next time. Take care.